S to a dollar sign.
I will get big checks. It's just what's going to happen.
That's gonna happen.
It's just going to happen,
The
bro.
big check.
We're going to be at your neck, bro. Every day as a professional pitcher. I know success, yeah.
I built it from nothing. I don't give a fuck. What even qualifies you to tell somebody you're gonna fail? Like, are you like a MBA, like from Harvard? It's like, have you studied?
If I gotta risk everything to do this shit, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Turn that S to a dollar sign.
One speed. That's just one camera.
So we didn't need to close
Time
this.
for 28 minutes too? We already rolling.
So it don't matter?
You want to turn that off?
It's too late.
It's done. We've done.
Or if you could do it, you should try to do it.
Cannot do it. Not
Why,
from
you
this
can't
end.
move. Yeah, you can't
this
move.
end.
Get the stick and do it right there.
But no.
She'd have to come through here.
That's cool.
Now she can't do this.
She's about to do it.
Well, where's the stick?
Where's the wishing nigga would stick? Oh, right here. It's right here. Where's the stick? Yeah, right here. Right. Oh! Jazz.
Oh my gosh, y'all are so dramatic. Just give me a second.
I just thought that thing. I thought that thing was on a limb. I thought one false move with that
Yeah,
thing
that's
would
what
have
I'm
fucked
saying. I thought it
up.
was about to come in our face.
There's just a lot happening.
Come in your face? Whoa.
Is this episode, bro? This is what we doing? Can you reach that?
Oh, don't shit the chandelier, damn. Oh. Jazz for the win.
It's nice to know you do something on this.
So what?
Nothing.
What was that? You should have hit his ass with that
It's just,
stick.
you just would seen that shit. You just seen that shit poke from outside.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh, we here.
we here.
Oh, shit.
Hey, should we restart the
Nah, we here. Fuck it.
That's
we ain't.
that's all in there.
Yeah, that probably won't even get cut out.
It's
None
not,
of that.
It's not. I don't have time.
Yeah, you do. Because you said you incriminated yourself.
Huh?
You incriminated yourself.
What you talking about?
Now, maybe E-Man incriminated himself.
You know, E-Man got all the dirt on
Oh,
you.
yeah.
He,
I
he
told
back there
E-Man.
watching like a lawyer.
I told E-Man. E-Man was my roommate in college for, we had like nine.
You know, E-Man releasing a tell-all book on you.
E-Man, you don't do that.
It's like a tell-all.
Look at
He
him.
too real. He's like,
Look, he ain't even worried about us. Cool, man. Okay, so look, let me get right into it because Jazz has been horrifically funny at the beginning of this episode.
you see
that
what's down
nobody,
there?
that they can't. I don't think they can see. Can they see? Okay, cool. Well,
scooted in the camera.
let me scoot it in the camera now. We had to get this out of the camera because Jazz gave us such a hard time. Right?
About what y'all on a little day?
Hey man, she did us wrong when we walked in here earlier. Now, first of all, I just want to say thanks to one of our clients, and they told us to keep it discreet because we're about to do a launch soon, so we don't want to do too much talking about the product. But they gave us a gift, pretty much for good service, just good communication, good all of that,
Jazz
man.
mad today.
Jazz mad? What you mad for? We gonna scoot this up because Jazz play too much. Jazz the person go make a meme.
Yeah. She probably
She
behind
gonna
the
make
camera with
a
her
meme.
phone.
She the meme person.
Bromance.
Bromance.
Are they just business partners?
Right?
It's been
You
speculated.
funny. What's up, P? You living good? E-Man
Man,
over
I'm
there in the
living
cut.
amazing.
Yeah, man.
Living amazing. And the question I got today,
Oh, yeah, you called me earlier. You said, man, I can tell you what it is. I can just wait to tell you. And
you
I
opted
chose.
to be surprised.
Yeah, I opted to be surprised. So, Jazz, this is a surprise for Jazz. This is a surprise for E-Man. It's a surprise.
Nobody knows.
It would be a surprise for us if the audio wasn't recording, but
I'ma
it
tell you.
is.
Oh,
Okay,
you
we
scared
good?
the shit out of me. Bro,
Last
I'm so
episode,
tired.
See,
Bro,
it's certain
you
shit
know
that
what?
people- look, okay, I
Yeah.
like to let y'all know that we're real people.
Yeah.
Okay, like shit be fucking up over here. And last time we did the episode, we were literally
walked
talking.
like
Who
2
phone is
miles.
that? That's my phone. Your phone. You, Jazz.
That's not my phone. That's right here.
Okay. Who is that? You?
I saw it.
We said his phone's off.
Is it your
I'm fucking with y'all today. Look, my friends in here. That's how I love. That's why I love y'all. Y'all thought y'all was really in trouble. They're like, oh shit.
Like, oh, shit. Y'all
But
did
nah,
something.
look, we're real people.
We
Shit,
walked 2 miles. I'm just gonna say it off top. No suspense.
Not
We
even
walked
that.
2 miles with no audio.
Not
Oh,
even
you
that.
talking
I'm
last
talking
week?
about- bro, I think, damn, it's been 2 weeks. Didn't you hit me up on Instagram? You said something like, oh my God, this happens when we're not there. Remember I had,
yeah.
we,
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. So damn, 3 weeks in a row. So I'd be checking audio. Like it's no secret. The audio thing.
It's gonna be good now. It's just
okay.
I'm gonna tell you the other episode where we shot the first walking shot we shot. I knew the exact when I jumped across the water. I was like, this is the exact second. I know the audio went out. When I was looking at the playback right there when I jumped across.
Can you get across there? Yeah. Just bear with it. That boy smooth with it. Let me get it across here too.
Cut off. And this is the moment that Prinston knew.
He fucked up.
But nah, man, should be happening. And we be losing audio.
Jazz ain't even been here.
Yeah, Jazz is a very busy woman, and we appreciate Jazz for her time today. Right, Jazz? Yeah. Okay. So shout out to the client that gave us that goodie bag. We'll be releasing that product.
I had knee brace on because I had twisted my knee.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm knee brace free.
Now you're knee brace free?
I'm back.
That's a rhyme. I had a knee brace on because I twisted my knee.
And now I'm back.
And I'm knee brace free.
Yeah.
Hold on. Somebody go get Josh. He downstairs. Nah. We can go definitely cook that song up.
Yeah. Let's just make a bunch of. What's the song we used to say?
What song?
Big checks, big checks, big checks, big checks.
Big checks, big checks, and big checks too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout.
Bro, you had a weird moment there on your Instagram.
Where?
Remember, it was like you wasn't
I wasn't even a person.
Like 7,000 times in a row.
Shout out to anybody who remember that. Oh man, that was interesting.
Fan.
That was an interesting. That was an interesting moment, bro.
But I mean,
that shit was fun as fuck. That was like when we were locked in a room, like building shit for months, just systems, just straight everything. But that shit was kind of crazy. I remember I didn't even want to get on Instagram because I'm like, I felt like I was being reincarnated or something. Like it was a new me coming out of something. Like you was in a cocoon like a butterfly. Yeah, I was like about to break out of a cocoon, and I came out, and now we flapping in this bitch. Back. I'm like a disrespectful pterodactyl in the wilderness. They like, it's him. And I say, it's me again.
You know what we haven't even commented on? Huh? We in the attic today. Let me call this.
Oh yeah, that's not the house. This the attic.
We posted up.
You know, player shit.
Because what we talking about today is some real, man. Get that wine real quick.
The wine? You don't even drink. Yeah. I don't even drink.
You know what's funny though?
This for Jazz.
You know what's funny though?
This Jazz.
You know why? I can't even have a cup in a picture. Like I'm in the club and I have a cup in the picture. Thousands of people comment like with crying faces, like, no, you said you. I'm like, it's water, people.
It's water. It's water, fam. My thing is, you know, I went to Carolina. Before we get started, because I'm ready to hear the question. I went to Colorado recently, and I was around a group of people, and I was literally like interrogated
about you,
about me not drinking ever. I never tried liquor before. I don't even think I've ever said that on here. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. It's not a thing.
We've done so many episodes. I don't even know what we said.
I don't remember neither. I might have said it on somebody's camera.
Yeah, you know, one person who watched every episode. Actually, in episode 13.
Fair enough. Let me know. Let me know. So, I mean,
if you can find it,
nah. None of that right now. But well, yeah.
You say you was interrogated by them.
Exactly, I was interrogated.
You know, why do people get guilty when you tell them not drink?
I was interrogated by them because I didn't drink. They was acting like I was an alien from outer space or something. They was like, come on, man, like, what's good? Like, how have you never drank before? Well, yeah, I never drank, man. But
people, I'm telling you, people get weird. You like, I don't drink. I need to stop drinking. Why?
Yeah, I can immediately sense they was tripping that I wasn't. That was like, come on, man, I don't drink.
So Jazz has been making fun of us behind the camera, talking, oh, on a little day with our wine, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually an excellent segue into my surprise Mama's house mail today.
Okay. Oh.
And I only say surprise because you don't know what it is today.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know why we even did that.
Didn't get a chance to try to manipulate me into answering the question that she would want me to answer.
Like she always does.
She'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking about this and this. She'd be like, oh, so you talk about this. That's not today. Not today.
Okay. Right.
Now, this is weird. This is weird, though. This is why it's a surprise. Now, the person who actually sent me this didn't want me to say their Instagram name. Okay. So we'll just call this
Anonymous Pat.
Anonymous Pat. Now the reason you're gonna see why he wanted to be anonymous though, whatever, right? Okay. So what's up, guys? I've been watching the show for a while. Love the content. Well, we love you back. But I have a question. I noticed that your partnership seems to be one that is very beneficial to both of you.
Fair enough.
I've had a partnership for a while, so I want to know, what would you suggest in finding the best partnerships, and what do you think is important to maintain a long-lasting partnership over time? That's interesting that Jazz said that or whatever, right? Because I believe this is something we can talk about, right?
Yeah. I hear her right there chuckling.
What?
She funny. I'm listening.
Probably the Jazz. No, it's not.
That's an amazing question.
It is, right?
That's a hell. Well, like I normally say, strap your seatbelts, because I can already see where this one might go. I ain't even gonna strap mine. I'm reckless.
Nah, put your seatbelt on.
I'm the pterodactyl.
Don't promote that. Don't promote that.
I'm the pterodactyl. I don't drive.
I thought you was the light-skinned pigeon.
No, I changed.
I don't. Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, that's
That
me.
is.
I don't know. You know a pterodactyl.
But I was like, that's why it's so funny. That's why it's so funny.
E-man over there. What up, E? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm getting from this question is how to select a partner and how to build a long-lasting partnership. And I would say even if you should have a partner, because I guess it's important too.
Wow. There's so many different things. We got to put some stuff at the top.
Yeah.
We got to put some stuff at the top. It's gonna be some stuff that won't be able to get spoken about.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking about, it's like this a full course meal.
Yeah.
And
it's like we got to really be careful with this one.
It's like a cafeteria lady cooking a Thanksgiving meal, and she got lunch at 12.
Yeah.
So she ain't gonna be able to. She gotta get what y'all just gonna have to.
She ain't gonna really be able to base it.
She gonna be able to.
She gonna be kind of just throwing it together.
Right, but one thing I know about me and Pia, we're good cafeteria men, so we finna go ahead and whip up all of this for you. Exactly. So Pia,
put it in a nice little pot.
Put it in a pot so you can use it and pretty much take it and eat it whenever you want. Damn, I'm hungry.
So you want me to get into this one first?
You hungry too?
You for sure hungry.
Look at her. Jazz know. I feel like Jazz knows something that we don't know. That's
exactly.
Like, look how smooth she is.
She looking like
you good? Everything good?
Today.
Are you sure you good? I feel like, hold on, E. Hey man, hey, check her, man. I feel like she in here doing like she bugged or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You ready?
So let's get into this. I thought this was an interesting question because I think there's been a lot of events that have happened that come down to, I've had business partnerships, I've seen business partnerships come and go. And I think a lot of it's because there's certain principles. So I remember reading this book. It's called The Millionaire Fast Lane. It's not really what you think. It's actually an amazing book. But the thing he said in there is he talked about a concept that you can't plant a seed on infertile soil. I'm going to say that again. You can't plant a seed in infertile soil. I think this applies not just to business partnership, but relationships in general. And I think the first thing to really understand is, have you taken time to analyze your own morals and values? Because I believe, think of it like this, right? You can disagree with somebody on the bullshit, right? Let's say your business partner, y'all looking at the website. What color the website should be? I think it should be red. I think it should be blue, right?
Yeah. I mean, those things are going to happen. Right?
But I think you can't have a values mismatch. That's what I've always said. But if you really think about it, we've been talking about a lot of different shit lately, right? We've been talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. I think it's going to allow us to talk about it too.
Yeah, I think we've been talking about a whole bunch of different stuff, but I truly believe that the only reason why two people can even in a marriage, if you think about any partnership, a relationship with a business partnership is just as equivalent as a marriage.
It's the same shit.
It's the same shit. You have to understand, and the values of each person have to be the same, bro. Yeah. I just don't believe that two people can make it to the top of a mountain if one person not even trying to go to the top of the mountain.
Think about it this way. It's like steering the ship. And I always say, if you're on the right side of the ship, I'm on the left side of the ship, and I'm steering a whole different direction, and then you steering a whole different direction, the ship just turned around in circles.
Yeah, ship not going nowhere.
Because it's like we're not on one accord. And I think that's the big thing that I found with this. But I think that's just the basis of it, right? Building a strong foundation, because first we have to understand what our values are, and then understanding, like, with the things that we value, you have to understand, like, what do you bring to the table, and what does that person bring to the table? Because I think what I look at it as is, like, for me in the past, and I'll just tell you this, I think with business partnerships, for me, I've had business partners who were great, like intelligent people like me.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying, very like well-read, I guess
Exactly.
you could say.
Yeah.
We had business
Yeah,
partners who were more just outgoing. They're just out there more social and stuff like that. But I found that it wasn't really the skills.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the skills that really allowed us to go further. It was having a values match.
Yeah.
So one thing we talk about all the time is the mastermind principle.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about that so many times. And I believe this is when we talk about a business partnership, the foundation should be, can you build a mastermind alliance with them?
Yeah. Can you see yourself going forever? Like, that's what it is. Like, can you see yourself building some shit where you would have to eventually either talk to this person every day or see this person every day? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's deeper than just any other thing. You know what I'm saying? It's literally on some, like, that's why I say, like, everybody could laugh at it, but it's serious. Like, it's like a marriage. Like, before you get into that, you need to make sure that you can.
I hope you're not just marrying anybody.
I hope you're not just marrying people out here. Like, I hope you're not just picking at random
Why you
business.
smile at that?
Jazz, I know what Jazz on today, man. I know what Jazz on. I seen it when she walked in here.
She cut up behind the camera today.
Hey, man. I see what Jazz on. But no, it's serious. I ain't worried about Jazz, man. I love Jazz. But at the same time, I know what it is. Anybody out here, and to Anonymous Pat too, like, literally analyze the situation. I remember before me and him started working together, I said, man, I want to work with him. I want to get some money with him. I remember looking at him, saying that I think what that was clarification, that this was an individual that I can go into business with. This is an individual who I can create something with, and I ain't got to worry about him all on me all on him talking about, well, yeah, bro, what's this? What's going on? Yeah. We know we're going to handle business. As a person, I've seen that before we started, you know what I'm saying?
I think for me, too, because to go right with what you're saying or whatever, right, it's that are we in this together principle.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a simple analogy. So I want you to imagine right now that both of you and your business partner have to invest a certain amount of money into the business.
Yeah.
So you invest $1,000 a piece. And let's say the $1,000 you invest does well. And then one of the business partners says, oh, you know what, I need to get my $1,000 back. And you're like, but you're kind of like, it's just part of the business, right? I just kind of take that loss as the business because, of course, over the long term, you get the money back. And we've talked about this situation before, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I believe the core of it is, I believe why I look at some shit like that and say, well, my values are, if I put it into the business, I'm going to let the business, of course, pay me back later, but I'm not really looking to get that back.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not really looking to get paid back. Because what I'm saying is, I put the money in to invest into what the business could be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much I've put into the business. I don't know how much you've put into the business.
It's not telling.
Yeah, exactly. But my point is, if you got somebody who's like, they're kind of like, oh, I need to get this back, or I need to get this back, or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I've talked about this with a lot of entrepreneurs. The problem is, it's almost becoming this situation where you're on the outside of it.
Yeah.
I need to get everything I put in, I need to get it back right away, right?
Yeah.
But everything the other person puts in, they're like, it's just part of the business. If I don't get it back right now, it doesn't even matter because that's what it is. And I know people could be like, oh, well, I got stuff to do. Fair enough, right? But my whole point is, I think it really comes down to values, right?
Yeah.
It's the old school friends paying each other back. You got a close friend, if you go buy some food for them and they buy some food for you, you're not keeping score.
Yeah, nah, and then you also not gonna hit them up and saying it's a certain time period and say like, yeah, I think it's past 7 days. I think that's the normal time period where you're supposed to buy me some food back. Exactly. So I think it's almost running out of time. So I need you to pull up.
You need to be buying me some food.
You need to be buying me. No, it ain't like nothing like that. I mean, but you can see how unhealthy that could be, right?
Yeah, because my thing is you start having to worry about something different. That's what I'm saying. Just catch this. I want you to really think about this. The disconnect is this. Now one of you is thinking, okay, every move I make, I have to worry about paying this person back.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Yep.
One of you is the business. One of you is not the business.
Yeah. So it's already putting you at the disconnect level. When in business, partners need to be right here.
Exactly.
It's no big bro, little bro. It's no big man, little man. If I'm in business with you, I expect you to do what you're supposed to do on the same playing field as me. Because in business, the reason why we're doing this together is because two people are supposed to understand that together we can do this shit faster.
Exactly.
And together we can do this shit better. And together we can serve more people. And together, with your skills, we can reach this. And with my skills, we can reach this. So without you, I'm nothing. Without me, not in business though. Not in life. That's where most people get confused.
It goes back to this thing.
In a particular business, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it goes back to this thing. Like we always talk about the 7 habits of highly
Exactly,
effective
yeah.
people. And they talk about this concept, and you can apply this to relationships because there's 3 types of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So at the lowest level, most people are in codependence, which is you ever see these relationships where like maybe they're both kind of fucked up, but they're almost toxic to each other, right?
Yeah, but
like
it works.
It doesn't necessarily work. They keep kind of
I've
sabotaging
seen
themselves.
that random shit before, huh? Yeah.
They keep sabotaging themselves. Like maybe one of them wants to go build their career, but the other one's like, "You're trying to leave me," or like they're just kind of codependent on each other, right?
Yeah.
Either one of them needs the validation for the other one to feel okay.
Yeah.
So let's say he could go around and he could be talking to a girl, just cool, casual. She's kind of like, "Oh, you was over there doing this and all this type of stuff," but then because she's just insecure, or vice versa, maybe vice versa, the other one's insecure. The other one always has to nurture them, and it's this thing, and they like doing it because it makes them feel good. That's codependent shit.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with business partnerships. You can start codependent.
Yeah.
Like feeling like you need a business partner. I want you to clearly understand this. You don't need a business partner. But we're going to talk about how you move up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I started off at, I'll be honest, right? Feeling like, okay, I don't have the skills, or let me say, I don't have the emotional skills. Like we talked about this before. Like, I don't feel like I have the leadership skills. I've gone in depth about that whole story there. Watch all this Mama's House to Penthouse stuff, you'll see it there.
Mm-hmm.
But after you get out that position, right? So when I start getting to the massive action movement and that stuff, I got to the point of what they call independence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, independence is an excellent place to be. Same thing with relationship example. This is when you kind of like, I'm me, I'm on my own or whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need nobody. I can do everything on my own. And from there, you can build some nice stuff as a business, right?
Yeah.
But I think the last level that he talked about in this book was the most powerful.
What was the name of this book?
7 Habits of Highly Effective
Oh, okay.
People.
I'm tripping. I'm thinking you were talking about something else. Go on with the last one, because I was so far. I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah.
My bad. That's on me.
And we're gonna cut. That's why I said I want to try to cover.
Because I'm trying to grab something from over here and slip it to you so we can give it to y'all.
Yeah,
And it could be like the 3-man weave play that E-Man used to
talking about
run.
when they used to do the West Line?
Yeah, huh? Yeah, the figure 8 thing. Yeah, there you go.
If you play basketball, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But the last one, though, you ready for this?
I'm here.
It's interdependence.
Okay.
Now, this is what's key about interdependence. Is when you take 2 independent people and you come together. This is the key. He said, when you put 2 codependent people, you get 1 + 1 = 2, right?
Uh-huh.
When you get 2 independent people, you get 1 + 1 = 11. I want you to really think about what I just said there.
Oh, shit.
1 + 1 = 11.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So 1 + 2, 1 + 1 = 11.
Yeah.
The point they're making is the multiplier of that is ridiculous. And so the things what I'm saying is you take 2 independent people, the things they can build together are going to be bigger than they could build apart. That's the mark of independent people.
And then pause the podcast and think about 2 independent people that you knew partnered together. Then think about what happened after that.
Explosion. Because the thing is this, this is really what it comes down to. When you look at 2 people, if I'm independent and you come along and I could do what I'm doing without you, then one of us we're either codependent or one of us was independent and the other one was just dependent on you. When you get into this interdependent space is like this. Like you just said, what we're building is a result of that. Like I'm 100% sure, because I know you, that you could do great things without me.
Exactly.
And you know I could do great things without you.
For sure.
But if you're like, well, why y'all doing it together, you're missing the point.
You missed the point. The reason why, and I don't want to cut you out real quick, the reason why I love books and rappers and artists, one-liners. Because what happens is when a person explains some shit like you just did, you ain't explained the whole paragraph. You explained that one line. 2 independent people does not equal 2 people. It equals 11 people.
Damn.
So I think that went over a few people's heads.
Yeah.
Right? And just to go, and I can see where you going. What jazz on? Oh, you didn't catch it?
I'm communications manager, not that.
Okay. Ah.
Whoa.
Okay.
That.
All right, we're not gonna talk about
man. Yeah.
We're not, no.
All right, no, that's fine. It's fine. Don't explain yourself.
I was like,
I like your hoodie.
thanks.
You're welcome. That's how you kill everything. Fellas, if you ever want to know what just happened, Tune into the dating course that we're gonna drop in approximately about 2 years from now. 2 years. 2 years. P.
We're gonna do the ladies one too.
Yeah, okay, cool. We're gonna do the other one too.
I lost my train of thought.
Now you was talking about
Oh, cause she didn't get the 1 + 1 = 11.
exactly, yeah.
Just put them side by side, Jazz.
Just put it.
That's what. That's why it's like a metaphor.
Fair enough.
That's all it is. It's
Fair.
just that.
It's just that. It's cool.
I thought it was that new math thing they came out with, you know? But they just changed the
We already told you we don't do math on there.
But yeah, man, just jumping right back into that though. Two independent people can build
Well, what I'm saying is,
empire.
whatever we don't even know the ceiling to what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
We don't even
No,
know.
there's no
But I'm
ceiling.
saying, what I am sure of that when you get two people who are highly independent, you bring them together, the result of it is something that wouldn't have existed without them coming together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you think about even Apple, right? You got Steve Jobs, but people don't talk about Steve Wozniak, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole point is he was the person who was putting together computers and programming and stuff like that. So if you're looking at this situation, you took somebody who had one set of skills and another set of skills, and they came together, and now you got Apple, which is like, I think it was the first $1 trillion company.
Yeah, right.
So, boom.
Yeah, right. Explosion.
So $1 trillion company, never been done before, and that's just off the work that they initially did.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about evaluating a business partnership, what I'm thinking it comes down to is understand, are you in the independent space? One thing I don't think we talk about a lot is people have this kind of, a lot of times they don't analyze themselves.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, my partner's bad or this person's bad. But maybe
that's
you.
But that's some shit that's overlooked. That's some shit that's overlooked. I think people, nobody really, it takes a true individual, a real woman, a real man to sit there and say, yeah, I suck at this.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I'm trash at this. Or I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's a different individual that can tell themselves that, and I think that puts them on a different pedestal.
Honest in that communication.
Exactly, and I think those are the type of things that we want to be able to talk about in this particular.
But what you said,
that catapults you up the independent ladder, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or we just can't talk about we've talked about ways to make your we've talked about it within the podcast.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like putting it all together, right? But I'll say this, right?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. I got 2 phones.
One for the Jazz is.
He slapped her knee. I can't believe her.
Was that a knee slapper?
A knee slapped in here. Where you was going, man?
But no, I think that's a perfect segue into, because I think we should talk about, with the partnership. What's some of the things to understand with the partnership, right?
Yeah.
One thing I just want to say right off the bat, though, right? I think people have this unrealistic expectation that a partnership should have no conflict.
Yeah. Nah. That's crazy.
Like we get up every day, yeah, we've agreed on everything.
Everything is agreed upon,
Everything,
right?
So you think that I should take a shit on camera? Yep.
Hey, fuck it. I think you should take a shit on camera.
There's been a lot of videos done like that before.
I think it's
you really? Yeah.
I should take a shit on camera. You think while building this client's website, I could just code a fat ass picture of my butt right on the front? Yeah, just fuck it, right? Yeah, just let's do that. But now you got your people behind camera, who's gonna do shit like that, right? Yeah. I just want you to understand how retarded shit could really get, and not even retarded. But no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because what I'm saying is basically the idea that we're being over exaggerated.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
The point I'm saying, we're saying that to make the point that if you're an independent person, why it's good for you to have an independent partner, and this is key about building a powerful partnership. This is like the secret. You ready? Come here real quick.
Come here,
This is the secret. I don't even want Jazz to hear this shit. This is the secret, y'all. To build a powerful partnership, you need someone to challenge your ass. Wow. Now, a lot of people think what I mean by that. So,
wow.
A lot of the ideas.
It's like some shit just.
You just like to let it sit.
Some shit you just gotta sit back. It's that blue phone over there that's on the desk. But some shit you just gotta sit back and you just gotta kind of let that marinate. Can you say that just one more time for me?
To build a powerful partnership, you need someone who's gonna challenge your ass.
I just think about that though, because like you think about sports, you think about chess, you think about fucking anything. I just
I'm glad you brought up chess and he not here.
Shit.
I don't know if you watched the other episode. He dancing and shit. Josh play chess all the time and he's been beating me lately.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Actually wiping the floor with your ass.
Now hold on.
Add that in post.
Hold on.
Add that in post.
That's not, but he don't know what I've been preparing in the background. I've been getting my opens ready and stuff like that. Get in the camera. Yeah. Wipe the floor with his ass. Checkmate. That's for you, Josh. I'm gonna actually find this clip and send it to you.
Personally.
In your inbox.
I lost my train of thought because you did whoop his ass.
In front of everybody, too.
Damn.
That was a terrible throw.
That was a terrible catch, bro.
Yeah, you right. It's like you said, it takes a real man to admit. That was
That was my ass. Where was I at?
I was writing the numbers.
You forgot to. Hey, can you pass me one?
What you was talking about?
I can't remember.
What you lost your train of thought?
I did.
Oh, we was talking about you need somebody to challenge. You was like just letting that shit sit. But anyway, I guess since you forgot, it'll come back to you, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, right, you need somebody to challenge you, and there's been so many situations I can think about where things have become better because you were willing to speak your opinion. I was willing to speak my opinion. But I have had friends in the past because I can explain myself so well. I can break some shit down and it sounds we always say, all that you're saying sounds good. Mm-hmm. But this is what it is. Mm-hmm. I know I can explain some shit to people and they'll just be going, yeah. And they'll just agree with it without ever challenging it, right?
Yeah.
But think about it like this, true creation or whatever, right? They always talk about this in cycles of creation, right? When something is destroyed, something new can be created. That's what the whole thing about the phoenix is about, right?
Exactly.
Rising from the ashes, right? Something's new created from the ashes. But conflict in itself is a measure of creation. Because the thing that gets created out of the conflict becomes something greater. So if you're looking at a partnership, you're looking at it on one layer as, this is just somebody that has some skills or whatever, right?
Yeah,
the challenge, if you're looking for a true partnership, the challenge is what makes something new. This show here was created out of conflict.
Yep.
Like, we should do it this way. No, let's try this. Let's do this.
This setting here was created
out of
pure conflict.
Let's not just do this. Let's not do all that creates something better as the end result. When we're thinking about evaluating partnerships, I think that's what people really don't take into account. They want everything to be nice. Even relationships. It's not about we have fun all the fucking time with it, right? But the whole point, we're also going to challenge each other to make sure we're both improving. And going back to that mastermind principle, that's what the true mastermind is. When two spirits come together in a spirit of perfect harmony, and they're both committed to both of their lives, helping each other reach their goals, then what it's gonna be. If I'm bullshitting, if I'm slacking, like I'm not doing shit, I'm napping all day, you're not gonna just be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, right? Now, if you think about it though, he laughing, right? Yeah. But a lot of this shit, for real though, because a lot of this shit, I was talking to you the other day and I've come to the clear realization that really it don't even make sense to do shit no other way but the right way. Yeah. If you just honestly think about it, right?
Think about that.
Just think about that shit. Just honestly think about the right way to do shit and then just think about the other way that you could possibly do it. And if you honestly think about it, it really makes no sense but to just pick a person who you can just not have to worry about I'm just thinking about what you was just saying, right? And it's just striking a chord with me because as you pick business partners to get to a certain level, it's like if me and you want
lifelong
relationships, would you not want to pick a person who you would you shouldn't want a partner that allow you to sit on your ass. Sitting on your ass is just one thing. But I had a relationship with a woman. I'm not spitting no names because we just do not do that.
Then I would be snitching.
We just do not do that, right? But at the end of the relationship, I remember telling her one thing I know she'll never forget, right? I said, listen, you shouldn't even want a man who's gonna let you do this type of stuff that you want, right? Yeah. And I just hope that type of stuff is just stuff that sticks with individuals because it's not only when you in a relationship with anything, when you in a relationship, a business relationship, a regular relationship, regardless, I believe that two people just need to come to a common ground. After that, I feel like everything else can just go straight up.
Going back to the first thing.
Whatever it is, if two people morals are the same, bro, it just like I couldn't even imagine going into business with any person that does not see what I see.
Like you said, it's only the right way. It's like it makes no sense.
I feel us on the whole hour-long podcast, and I feel everybody that's watching. I love y'all, but I want you to really think about that. Mm-hmm. I feel, and then I want you to really think about that though. My thing is too, a lot of us, and this is gonna spark a real thing in P's head. Watch this though, P. I said a lot of us want our friend that we grew up with to be that guy that we can go into business with, or that woman that we can go into business with. But sometimes, you know what I really like about business? You know, I really look at this man's head over here. I just added another hour to the podcast. I know him so well. He like, why did you?
Don't be alone with fellas.
No, because I'm hungry. I'm hungry than a hostage right now.
Oh shit. What did that mean?
Back to what I was saying, man. I won't lose my train of thought on this one. I didn't. So you lost it. I did. No, I didn't. Like a lot of us just want our friends to be that person, bro. Like we grew up with a person, and you know what what I really love about business is business, bro. Business money, business will really business, bro. The true business, bro. Like like anybody who's handled business before. I'm talking about legit business. I'm not talking about some I don't want to go into what legit business is.
Business,
Anybody, business. Not business. Anybody who has legitimately ran a business or that's important, bro.
Yeah.
You know it.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing, like you said, going back to the friendship, the you want your friends to be there, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think there's this thing, and I know I'm about to spark something in you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That actually a lot of friends having trouble doing this one thing, and I promise, if you do this one thing, this will completely change every aspect of your life. I'm so confident that I'll guarantee if you improve this one area of your life, not only will you make more money, you'll have better friendships, and you'll just have a general less difficult time in life. Mm-hmm. In general.
What's that one thing?
Communication.
Yeah, you just added.
Yeah.
See what time.
I know you're hungry, bro. That's why I said.
No, I ain't tripping. I'm here.
For
that, I'll sacrifice my hunger to drive this point home.
Going to this next part, right?
I'd sacrifice my hunger to drive this point home, especially for the people who tune in every week.
I want you to go in on this one, because I know how you feel about this one.
Yeah.
Because I just want to say this first thing before I let you go, right?
Yeah.
To me, most people are emotionally dishonest. And I thought about this. I really thought about this, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say, for example, going back to the friend letting you do whatever the fuck they want. You want whatever, right?
And Anonymous Pat, bear with us, bro.
Yeah, bear with us.
You're just going to have to get this juice.
Well, you saying things to build a partnership on, which I think we covered with more.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're talking about how you sustain it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I guess that's the excellent way to put it, because that is true. Because that's what communication is. Man, come on, go
this
ahead.
is like cornerstone. And just life. Yeah. But going back to this idea of being emotionally dishonest.
Yeah.
So I want you to imagine for a second, right now. This is the simplest analogy I can think of. My nephew walks in, or you have a nephew or a niece. They walk in, and they grab some bottle cleaner shit from under the table.
Yeah.
And they're about to drink it. And you say, no, I'm not going to let you drink this. And they cry, they laugh, they kick, they scream, everything, right? They throwing a fit. Now, some of you say you'll beat their ass. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Let's just follow me for a second. Are you going to let them drink it?
Nah.
Are you going to let them drink it? Oh, my God.
Why take it that long?
That shouldn't have took that long.
Maybe.
Do not leave your kids.
With Jazz, please.
Ever.
I'm glad you just did that.
They should have known better.
Jazz, drink it. You
badass.
You badass.
I see what type of fans you. But anyway, for regular people like you and me,
drink it. That's horrible, bro. That's terrible. That's horrible. Oh For regular people, bro.
For regular people, like us.
Right? That won't.
You and I.
Yeah.
You would say no.
Yeah.
And you would say no because you know it's harmful to them, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I believe people have a problem with this emotional honesty because the thing is, you don't give a fuck what the kid is talking about because you know it's bad for them.
Yeah.
Same thing in the business. If I have an area of expertise, like I had a friend, I'm not going to say their name, whatever, right? They knew they should run ads for a business.
Mm-hmm.
And they come telling me, well, you know, they're saying that they shouldn't run ads. I say, but isn't this your area of expertise?
Mm-hmm.
For you not standing up for what you believe in, you've now created this whole situation where money will be lost.
Money will be lost.
Money will be lost.
Money will be lost.
A project could potentially fail because you were too soft. Remember when you talked about the episode, choking a little bitty bitch out yourself? You're too soft
to speak
just
up.
Say, hey, no,
Fuck
this is how it has to go.
Yeah, fuck that. I won't even be a part of this unless it goes this way.
Now, what are you actually doing? Though?
Communicating.
By being honest, though.
Communicating.
You've now improved the ability for the project to succeed.
By communicating.
Because your area, which you know your shit, you're like, no, it has to be this way. Because I know this shit.
Yeah, but instead of just sitting there and saying, all right,
well,
drink it then.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
think about that now, right?
Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, drink it then. It's like a whole
And
kid
I think
about to drink.
I mean, that's so.
Some
hold on.
fabuloso, right?
Go
You're
back
like,
to that,
drink
though,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Really catch this, right? Really pay attention to that. The reason the shit that's saying drink it is so funny.
Yeah.
Because what you're getting in your mind is that is fucked
That's
up.
fucked up.
That you would let that happen.
Yeah.
It's the same shit if you got a business partner like that.
Mm-hmm.
If your business partner is about to let you fuck yourself off or potentially mess your business off or mess y'all business off, and they say nothing.
It's like,
who you
like,
want to be in
go
business
ahead
with?
then.
Well, shit, just do it. I mean, when it's messed up, don't say nothing to me. Is this the business partner you want?
Yeah.
If you're listening to this right now, I'm calling out to you. I'm talking to you. Sit in the car right now. Is this the business partner you want? I'm talking to you, listening at home.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the person that you're gonna, once again, lifelong partnership?
Mm-hmm.
That's who you want to get in the trenches with.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to ask yourself this stuff. Because once again, D, what is the biggest problem? Communication.
Communication, bro. Communication is the biggest problem. Like, I just had something, and like being in college too, because in college, what a lot of people do, bless you, what a lot of people do in college is, that was a sneeze. She's blessed. You can let it out. But in college, I'm around a lot of people who, I was around a lot of people who created a lot of different businesses, right? Well, call themselves created a lot of different businesses. But the biggest problem I truly had about college life was the stuff that was being done, it just wasn't good communication. I used to always tell my friends, bro,
homeboy business?
Yeah, homeboy business. Like, I just always used to tell my friends, bro, nobody really even cares if you fuck, like, nobody cares about any of that. Like, if you wrong, if you lost it, if you, like a key, all people ever really gonna do, and then all people ever really can do is just handle it. So once they figure that out, as long as you communicate that something went wrong, people don't even care anyway. But my biggest problem in college was like, bro, people just used to just not communicate the main shit. It's like, this is broke. I feel like you should let us know that this is broke so we can fix it.
It's like you sharing a car or something, right? You gotta get to work. All 4 tires on flat. The shit broke. Then you just wake up in the morning. You come up, bro, what's up with the car? I forgot to tell you. Like, what the?
Like, why don't you tell me that? Like,
fuck me over.
I feel like we should, like, a lot of stuff, like, even with picking business partners and communication, man. Communication, pick you a good business partner, so far-fetched, right? People understand. And then make sure that y'all communicate good.
I think the thing is, we like to think about skills, though, right?
Yeah.
But we don't think about the real core skills that make good partnerships.
Yeah.
It's not the, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not the most talented person that's necessarily gonna allow you to go the furthest.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. Like, people look at relationships for superficial reasons, right?
Yeah.
Business partnerships are similar.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking for some superficial reasons, like this person has an MBA and a doctorate, and and that could be the worst fucking decision you ever make in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. But the thing is this, right? And going back to that analogy of communication, just to talk about this.
We good on these? Okay.
So to talk about that, what you talked about with communication, and people just want to communicate. So there's an excellent book called Brainfluence.
Oh yeah.
Any marketer should read that.
Anybody online marketing or anybody that anybody.
Hey, if you don't read that book, you're tripping. I don't even if you want to learn how to market well, Brainfluence. It's very practical. Like it's telling you, like, you remember the baby giveaway? Mm-hmm. Brain fluence.
Brain fluence.
Like,
if anybody would have hit me up, I gave up to $1,000 away on Instagram the other day. If anybody would have hit me up and told me a quote from Brain Fluence, I'd have gave him $1,000 immediately. Immediately. We had already discussed it. It's like anybody, you told me straight up, you said anybody who hits the Brain Fluence button, immediately cash app them. Then offer them a job. Because
they own some shit.
They understand that, yeah.
In this book, they were talking about, now I want you to really pay attention to this example. Mm-hmm. They talked about in medical practices, people whose surgery was messed up. They got their surgery messed up. Now, if your surgery gets messed up, what would you expect the person to do?
Really be angry. Trip.
No, the doctor messed up your surgery, botched your surgery. What would you probably do to that doctor? Sue him. Perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
Perfect, right? This is what's funny. In all the cases where the doctor just communicated with the patients didn't end up suing. But in the cases where the doctor was like, they felt like they were rushed, like maybe you called them, yeah, man, whatever, or they felt like they were ignored, lawsuits.
Lawsuit, quick one.
Every single time. Clients. You have a client that you're servicing. You think that, man, my service has to be perfect or expert.
You spend days, months, years building a perfect.
Clients, even if you mess up, what they want to know is that you're going to be like, yeah, messed up here, but this is how we're going to fix it. Communication.
Think about it, man. Everybody here, everybody watching this gets their hair done somewhere. Mm-hmm. Maybe you don't get it frequently done. Maybe you don't get it done all the time. But everybody here should get their hair done. And if you don't, I love you, okay? Yeah. I love you. I love you. So what I'm saying is I want you to think about the first time your barber or your hairstylist fucked you up. Chili ball, right? Your hairstylist probably did one or two things. They probably sat there and explained to you what went wrong and how we could fix it next time, or they didn't communicate with you. Depending on what that hairstylist did, you went and got another person, right? I remember one time getting my edge up pushed so far back, the barber told me, this is just on me, man. Please come back. I got you, this, that, and the third. I came back, and I was a consistent client of his, right? And this was crazy to me by what you saying, because really, nobody even cares about that. All they really want from you is just for you to just say, hey, man, I fucked up on that. Yeah. I did that.
We appreciate the honesty.
I did that, yeah. So the honesty is what I love about communication. You know what I'm saying? It just takes it to another level.
That's why I say emotional honesty, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I could go one more step using the E word, emotional courage. Because I think the problem is, like, you have a friend. Now, I've been guilty of this in the past. I think we all have. Mm-hmm. You have that one friend that you know you need to say something to, but maybe their feelings will be hurt, or you don't feel like they can handle what you have to say to them, so you don't do it. I think it's the same thing. If you get so worried about, it takes courage. It takes a lot of emotional courage to tell somebody what it is when you know something is wrong.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of emotional courage to risk maybe people not liking you, being mad at you, or maybe even losing a friend if you have to tell them what it really is.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage to do that. We never talk about that because, you know, the E word is dirty. Emotions.
The E dirty word?
E dirty, like E back there. E back there just posted.
Yeah, he posted up. Like
but E, not you, E, the E word, emotional. Is a lot of times a dirty word, especially when it comes to business, because we're supposed to be like logical machines that only calculate the numbers and the decimal points, and that's all we think about, not any of the emotion behind it. I think it's the same thing we think about relationships. You've been taught so long that you have to be so calculated about who your business partners are. And I learned this lesson firsthand by having multiple business partners. I'm seeing which ones I've had the most success with.
Yeah.
And it never really had anything to do with our skill set, everything to do with how well we put the ideas into action.
Exactly.
And so I think
how efficient that is.
Exactly. And I think it just takes courage. Like, I mean, I feel like if something needs to be done, you're not scared of maybe me getting upset because you said something, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because
it's not about like it goes back down to it's not even about you, bro. It's not even about like I'm not even creating the business. Like, of course, yeah, I want freedom, right? But I think a real man's success is just measured by how many people's lives that he can change. And I'm really here on some swag like that. Like, I'm not even, like me, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get to a point to where it's not going.
I want you.
I want you to be good, bro.
Yeah.
I just be wanting people to understand what happens when we come here and like get ready for art. Like it's not. This is a direct reflection of two men who literally are trying to get people to take action and take full control of their life. Yeah. Exactly what happened here, man. I told you I sit here for 24 hours out of a day if I need to drive different points home to people. And just to even let people understand that this type of stuff, it just should not be looked over. A lot of times in this show, you say stuff and you're a man of such intelligence that I have to stop you and say, man, I know a person like myself that might be watching this that might not even understand the importance of that. And even with you, you always say, I go back to books and I stop or I glance past some shit and I never even understood it till I went back into it.
I mean, you
so
know
just
what?
Shit like that.
You know something, as I watch, like I sit and watch this with the editing team, something I want people to be very clear on. I don't think I actually think I'm as smart as many people think I am, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. There's this great quote, Aristotle, right?
Yeah.
He said the ancient oracle said I was the
Gives
wisest.
a quote.
No, listen. You see?
I don't think I'm that smart.
Listen, right?
I understand where you're going.
I'm not dumb, but I'm saying my point is, Aristotle said the ancient oracle said I was the wisest of all the Greeks. It's because I of all the Greeks know that I know nothing, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if I get into an area where I feel dumb, I just go read.
Yeah.
Like somebody who's already gave perspective, figured this shit out, I just go read. That's why I always tell people to get mentors and stuff like that. And I think the whole thing is like I always tell people, I think the problem is thinking you're too fucking smart. I think it's the same thing with like this business partnership. I'm gonna, because I don't want to write another whole.
No, we about to wrap it up. This is.
I want to break it down like this, right? There's two layers to life, right? And there's mainstream shit that you get told about how the world is.
And then there's actual shit?
Then it's actual shit.
Oh, shit, not the actual shit. Is that a thing?
The actual shit.
Okay.
The shadow conspiracy theory.
The real shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is this, right? It's not about the fucking skills. It's not about the books I read. And when you're trying to get a partnership, Anonymous Pat, right? It's not going to come down to shit you can look at
and touch
on a stat sheet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good grades in school. Oh, they had this good project. They did this. They did this. They did this, or whatever, right? That is no indication of what your partnership will be.
Yeah, none.
It is no indication of what your partnership will be. So my thing is, what I'm getting at is this, right? It comes down to something else. It comes down to real shit. The synergy between you and that other person, all this type of stuff. Where are you going to learn that in the book? Because the only way to get good at that is actually the business of life. It's the same thing with relationships or whatever, right? How do you learn how to get in a relationship? You don't read 25 books and be like, oh, now I'm about to have a perfect relationship. You learn how to be in a good relationship by being in fucking relationships, right? So my whole point is I think so many people don't want to be affected by the world. And that's what I'm getting at, having emotional courage, right? Yeah, shit, you might have to get your heart broken in a relationship. Yes, you might have to have some bullshit-ass business partners. But at the end of that funnel, what happens?
You got better.
You got better, and you understand each time.
I won't do that shit again. Exactly. I won't do that shit again.
And I believe that's the real for me.
Yeah. And as we continue to wrap it up, because I'm gonna get into my final thoughts on the Penthouse, and we can do that because I think this has been an excellent episode, and especially the new setting. I kind of like this. I'm comfortable too. E-Man in the back, E-Boogie.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, but as I give my final thoughts to the Penthouse, and as you continue,
in jazz,
we love jazz. Jazz know we love them. I ain't worried about jazz. And as you continue to watch the rest of these podcasts, if you haven't binge, you need to get all of this in because I don't want you to be left behind.
Watch it like your favorite Netflix series.
Watch it. It's free anyway. Shit, ain't nobody even charging you nothing. Get you some of this.
Pay $10.
Get you some of this dosage, man. It's all free.
17.
What, Netflix 13?
You know how many subscribers?
Yeah, side note. I remember we went over this. Netflix got over 900 million subscribers. 100 million?
Yeah, because it was like $10.
Yeah, back then. Yeah, they was doing a B a month, right?
$1 billion a month. Probably two partners who got
It had to have been. I ain't even on. Probably four partners, four independent people. 117 million subscribers
They
at 13.
64 million international streaming.
So look, okay.
So they're at $13 now?
$13 times 113 million. What was the number that you just said? 117 million.
117.
You can't even do that on the calculator. You can't. You can't do that. The zeros doesn't
Well,
even.
you can. You just continue to do 11.6 times.
Okay. Let me get back to my final thoughts on the Penthouse because I really want to know. We're gonna do that afterward. I need to know how much
I
Netflix.
redeemed myself for the moment.
You talking about exponents and
Right,
shit right now.
the calculator.
Leave that alone.
You gonna type that in the calculator? Gonna say, all right, y'all, just chill out. Or it's gonna type back. Y'all must be trying to figure out how much Netflix make.
Yeah, exactly. Send it back. Don't worry about it, bro. It's a lot.
It's good. But look, my final thoughts on the Penthouse, man, is that's a person right there. Okay, cool. But in building a business or picking a partner to go into business with, or even a relationship, because I think it's safe to talk about that type of stuff on this episode too, right? But picking a partner, because a business is a relationship. I just want people to understand that. I don't know what you think a business relationship is. It's just a business relationship. It's still
it's a magical.
It's still a relationship. But in picking the individual to go on that journey with, I think it's strongly agreed upon by all of us in this room that we pick individuals who have certain characteristics, the characteristics that we talked about in the show. Just understanding that an individual has to be going where you're trying to go in order for y'all to get there. If a person is trying to go to Whataburger and you're trying to go to Jack in the Box, I don't think either one of y'all will get to some food. Just point blank period.
Y'all gonna get to the car arguing.
Y'all gonna get to the car arguing. Maybe you get in the car and make it a little bit further than most will. Maybe you get to Whataburger and then y'all fight there. But something will happen where food will not be received. And I just believe that the same thing goes with business, man. Pick a person who wants
Fast
to go.
food restaurants for y'all. I just found out Whataburger's not everywhere.
Whataburger, Whataburger is just only in Texas. In-N-Out, all of you, yeah.
McDonald's and Burger King. So
You're right.
There we go.
You're right. Whataburger isn't everywhere, but you can catch my drift where I'm going with that, right? But my thing is, man, pick a person who's going where you're going because it's very important. That's all I'm on today, man.
I like that. Don't try to take somebody who's not going that direction and force them into your lane.
Yeah, they won't come.
I mean, and I think the biggest thing here as we wrap up is just to remember this about business partnerships and stuff like that. It really comes down to when you get into a situation, who can you depend on, right? Like, I don't think it's no different than somebody in your family, right? Like a business partnership becomes like a member of your family. The thing is, it's like when it's a very difficult project or a task that needs to be accomplished and stuff like that, can you look over to that person and say, I know they're gonna get it done. You're not worried about them though.
Yeah, you're not worried about it.
You know,
get it
it's
done.
like if you look at your business partner, you say, well, we got to get this thing done, and it's their expertise or their area. You shouldn't be sitting in your mind thinking, will they do it though? Will they get it done? Because we got questions like that. You need to get a different business partner. And if you're the person who people have questions about, then you need to look at yourself.
You need to recognize that first.
Be conscious of it.
That's what I believe.
Huge skill. And from that, that's where you need to think of taking the place as how do you get a good business partner? How do you build business relationships in general? Because the whole point is understanding what you bring to the table, your strengths and weaknesses, and understanding the strengths and weaknesses of somebody else, and how you can merge those things together to accomplish anything can allow you to build shit that the world has never seen. That's not an exaggeration. So I think with that being said, I'll just say that when it comes to picking a good business partnership, morals.
Yep.
Are the morals and values matched? After that, understand, if y'all going in the same direction, morals and values, be able to communicate honestly with each other and bring everything to the table. Go all in for each other.
Yeah.
Don't make it a tit for tat thing. Because if y'all go in all in for each other, I promise you, both of you will have a much better life. And that's my final thoughts.
Well, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and give my social medias. You can go ahead and find me at all social media platforms. And if I'm not on there, I'm just not on there. So you can find me at Country Cowboy on Instagram. And shout out to Instagram too, because we got something exciting that we need to talk about right now. Poof.
Yeah.
So For those of you who don't know, and as we wrap it up, I want to give this side note real quick. Yep. For those of you who don't know, is this one on? No? Okay. So for those of you who don't know, we launched Instagram Explosion. Boom! Instagram just has exploded. We created a digital ad agency, and in the digital ad agency, what we've done is we help big businesses grow their social medias. We help big businesses get a bunch of clients using social media. We help big businesses do everything, but it was always big business, big business, big business this, big business that, and that's always fun. But the real power in Instagram Explosion is that it's really an affordable product for everybody.
Yeah.
So we went away, we strayed away from the whole big business thing because it was like a thing where it was like, yeah, let's do the big businesses. Yeah, then we got big businesses, and then we realized that everybody could benefit from this.
I think it's
everybody
it's the core. It's the core of what we do. And I want you to imagine just having like the same tools as the big brands and the social media influencers at your disposal for an affordable price.
Exactly.
I think that's what it is. It's
to
like,
grow your Instagram, and this won't make sense to anybody who's not building anything, that's not trying to sell something, that doesn't have a product.
It's hard now to grow because I think a lot of people don't talk about how Instagram has changed from when you first started.
Exactly.
You got in at the early wave, and it was a lot easier to grow.
Yeah.
But over time, strategies are different. So you're gonna have to employ different strategies. And because we're a digital ad agency, we've been behind the scenes figuring out these strategies, like literally taking years of all the experience and social media influencers and stuff like that, and learning how to use this type of stuff. What are they doing that we can give to people? And I think that's what's powerful about Instagram Exposure. That's why I'm so excited about it.
And it's literally bringing more customers. It's like if you have a product, it's literally the problem that I see as we wrap up. The problem that I see that most people are having on Instagram is that everybody's talented. You're talented.
But nobody knows who you are yet.
Like, nobody just knows who you are. So get
You told me that.
Yeah, that's why.
He's like, bro, people just need to see this.
People just need to see you. Somebody told me that.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that, man. Somebody said, man, people just need to see you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you do you. People just need to see that. Like, that's how people need to see.
So right now, people just need to see you. We've come up with something to help you with that. Instagram
Explosion. So check out Instagram Explosion. It's an amazing product, man. I use it. P uses it. It's not even there's real followers, real engagement, real likes, real everything. Don't question that. Believe in yourself and understand that if you just get more people to see you, what needs to happen in your life will happen.
It's like
Maybe
we said,
meet
the
your
dollars
new
want me
business
thing,
partner.
right?
Yeah, all of that. Huh?
I don't know if we got that. Did the episode get the dollars want me thing? Like, you provide value, that's just gonna come.
Yeah, money comes.
So check it out, Instagram Explosion. Let's get that in team. Maybe put a link or something to it.
Yeah, and then
it'll be in the description if you're watching on YouTube.
We might as well go ahead into you giving that social media as well.
So Prinston Hicks on everything. PRINSTONHICKS. That's on everything. Everything. Literally everything.
Literally everything.
Of course, we got a lot of free content. Ooh, we can't go into a whole nother thing, but also Social Palooza's coming soon. Social media course.
I think Social Palooza is dropping Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
October 31st.
So
that's when Halloween is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So look out for that.
31st.
That's gonna be amazing. We got all kind of big time social media influencers and stuff on there.
Free.
It's not just us, it's free. And then also, speaking of free, you can go to takingmassiveaction.com and get the 10 mandatory building blocks to build a successful business. Now,
that nobody wants to use. I don't understand that shit, right? It's a free book. Everybody always hitting me up in my DMs asking, what do I do? It's a book. We wrote a book to do exactly that. Why don't you just get it? It's free.
Everybody.
There's a point in a person when they start business, right? Everybody watching this, and you should follow the same business model when you start yours. Mm-hmm. There's a point that people go through where they start giving a bunch of free shit away so people can recognize them. I want you to know who I am. I'm giving away free shit right now. But I want you to know that shit will be over soon. So take advantage of all of this free shit. We're trying to get people to understand who we are.
Oh, there's never been. Yeah. Like we said, but we're not scared to charge because I know the value we're giving to people.
Right,
so
man,
the thing is, like I say, that's there for you. If you want it, take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We got great free content coming out, and it's gonna help you. It's legit gonna help you.
Exactly.
I think when you see Social Palooza, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, Social Palooza is
So
an
that's
amazing product.
me on everything. Also, if you want to get some Massive Action Movement merch, and of course some Big Checks merch, anything else, Mama's House, Penthouse shirt, anything like that, go to heybodegabomb.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just go
Just
there.
get you whatever you
can
need.
stop right now and go there. Get you something. Walk around with your Mama's House, Penthouse shirt. And then get your Big Checks pillow, because when you sleep on money, you think about money. When you think about money, money comes into your life.
Hello.
Yeah, you like that?
I like that.
And with that being said, get good business partnerships.
And
Think of how to grow a great partnership that's interdependent.
Oh, yeah.
Make shit happen that changes the world. With that, I'm gone.
Oh, yeah, keep in mind, as the fog machine goes, a business with no sign.
It's a sign to no business.
I'm gone.
Shout out, Miss Kitty.
Yeah. I open my eyes, I see them snakes in the sky, saying that they down the ride. Really, they down for the ride. Really, they down for a piece of my pie. Look in my eyes, you can see that I'm tired. Look at my ties, you can see I got drive. All these emotions, I put them aside. All this potential, I bring it to life. I look them dead in the eyes. Cause I really want it, and I'm really working, and I'm really stressing out because I'm nervous. Cause everybody wanna be on the surface. I think I earned it. Cause I've been spitting ever since you were jerking. I'm talking way before recording with Irvin. I was working, so I think I deserve it. Ain't nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All the sweat that I've been sweating, all them tears that I've been shedding. Ain't nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All the work that I was putting when they tell me that I shouldn't. Ain't nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. All the sweat that I was sweating, all them tears that I was shedding. Ain't nobody knows. Nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows. All the work that I was putting when they tell me that I shouldn't. Ain't nobody knows.
That's the rules. Nigga, we made it. Nah, man. Bro, I remember locking in all hours of the night with you back in San Houston, man. The grind was real. And even back then, man, in your Curious Keys days, I always knew you had that gift. Something special about you. Man, continue to be great and inspired. Dreams really do come true, and only Wayne can make it happen. One love, your boy E.